So the question is, why should you give money to Vast Church? You know, a lot of people say the reality is God doesn't need your money. God doesn't need your money to create a movement. He doesn't need your money to save souls. But the reality is, it costs money to run a church, and you know, the sound equipment and the money that's needed to create the kind of environments that's going to be welcoming for people, that takes resources. It takes money. Now, you know what? God's going to provide that money to Vast Church whether you give the money or not. But the reality is, God doesn't need you to give the money, but God wants you to give money towards that mission. So my urge to you is, don't wait. Don't sit back and say, well, you know what, somebody else is going to do it. God's going to provide. Don't you want to be a part of a movement that's going to change upstate New York? Don't sit back on the sidelines and say, man, this is really cool. I'm just going to show up. And maybe once things are going, then I'm going to finally start, providing some financial support. Don't do that. Get in on the ground floor and see what God is going to do with that money that you give. It's going to be multiplied. Brenton Johnson and Lisa Johnson, they are awesome people. They have a heart for God. They're not looking for your money for themselves. They're looking for the money and the resources that they can not spend towards ministry, but can invest in the ministry, so that it magnifies those dollars you give, and it's going to touch more and more people in the upstate New York region. So my challenge to you is, don't wait, don't sit back, get in on the ground floor, and give sacrificially to make this dream happen. You won't regret it. It's going to be an awesome thing. It's going to change lives, and in the process, it's going to change your life too. Thanks.